So what if feeling close to your spouse again didn't require a retreat, a counselor, or even a miracle, but just a few small habits you could start today? So if you're watching this, there's a good chance you love your spouse, but you don't feel emotionally connected anymore like you used to. You're not fighting all the time and you're not in crisis. You just feel distant, flat, and disconnected. And that can even be scarier because sometimes you don't know how you got here. So in this video, you're going to discover three things. First, why you and your spouse aren't feeling connected right now. It's not because something broken. It's because your daily habits have drifted. And then second, why these small daily habits work better than big, huge romantic gestures. And then third, three simple things you can start doing today to rebuild emotional connection. Because here's the truth, and most couples never hear this. We all know the definition of insanity, right? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. But that's exactly what most married couples do when they feel disconnected. They just keep living the same way. They keep having the same routines, having the same conversations, reacting the same way, and somehow quietly hoping something will change. But connection doesn't break in a moment, right? It breaks in patterns over time. Well, it also heals in patterns, good patterns. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so I have a Sharpie marker and I have some sticky notes. I'm going to write Bonnie a really sweet, lovely little sticky note that says, I love you. All right, I already got it. Here it is. Imagine this sticky note is one moment of connection. By itself, it doesn't seem like much. It's small. It's kind of easy to ignore, easy to forget. But watch what happens when you keep adding these moments of connection over and over and over again, right? They kind of pile up. They're kind of hard to ignore. One kind word, one moment of listening, one appreciation, one gentle touch. None of them are dramatic in themselves. None of them go viral. But together, they really start to pile up and make change, and they're falling everywhere. And that's what emotional connection really is. It's not one big moment. It's 1,000 small ones layered on top of each other. And three habits I'm about to show you are how you start putting these up every day. So the first habit is this. You ready? Get your Sharpie marker out. Write this down. The first habit is to turn towards your spouse, not away. So every day, your spouse, probably whether you realize it or not, makes small bids for connection. Maybe it's a sigh. Maybe it's a sweet comment. Maybe it's a joke. If you're a dad, it's probably a dad joke. It's a complaint, a story, a look. They're all saying the same thing underneath. Do you see me? Do I matter? Are we still okay? Am I still in your life? Most of the time, we don't respond badly. We just don't respond at all. We keep scrolling. We keep fixing. We keep correcting. We keep moving on. A bad pattern to get into. But when you turn towards your spouse when those connections happen, instead of away, even for a few seconds, something powerful happens. You say things like, yeah, that was a long day. Hey, what else happened? Or, yeah, I can see why that frustrated you. You don't have to solve the problem. You don't even have to agree with them. You just have to turn towards them and let them know that they're important. See, most emotional disconnection, it's not caused by big fights or arguments. It's caused by 1,000 missed moments throughout the day and over the course of a week or two or months and then years. But turning towards your spouse, it says, I see you. You matter. And guess what, guys? That builds emotional intimacy. All right, so easy thing you can do today. Number one, turn towards your spouse. Here's the second habit. It's to express your appreciation for them every day. Now, I don't mean something generic like, hey, thanks for everything you do. No, be specific. Something like, I really appreciate how you handled the kids tonight. That really helped. Or, I noticed how patient you were with me this morning when I was going crazy. Thank you. See, your brain has a negativity bias. If you don't intentionally notice what's good, your marriage will slowly drift and feel worse, even when it isn't. But appreciation, it retrains the emotional lens you see your spouse through. So when you start noticing what's right with your spouse instead of just what's wrong, everything changes. And when your spouse feels seen for who they are and what they do, the emotional walls, they start coming down. All right, so easy habit you can do today. Number two is show appreciation. Lean into your spouse and then show appreciation. Here's the third thing. It's to lean into your spouse's love language. All right, so if you're not familiar with the 5 love languages, what rock have you been living under, right? So this was a book written by Gary Chapman back in the 90s. And it's not the gospel, but it's pretty awesome. And they're incredibly helpful. He identifies 5 languages of love that people show, express, or speak in. And those 5 languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, quality time, and gifts. Your spouse has one of those, 2 of those, maybe 3 of those. So if you haven't taken the assessment and you'd like to, go to 5lovelanguages.com. That's the number 5, not the word. Number 5, 5lovelanguages.com. Take the assessment, have your spouse take the assessment, because it's incredibly helpful. And then when you know their love language, lean into it. Now you suddenly understand how to love them in a way that lands. See, Bonnie's love language is quality time. So if we go weeks and weeks and don't have a date night or don't have intentional time together, guess what? Her love tank dries up. And if I want to love her right, I intentionally lean into that and spend time with her. That's why we're getting away this weekend. So you can have the best intentions in the world, but if you're speaking the wrong love language to your spouse, they won't feel it. Like if I gave Bonnie a bunch of gifts, she'd be like, why are you spending all our money? She's not a gifts person. When you understand their love language, it's like getting a degree in how to love your spouse well. So here's how all this works. Big gestures, they feel great in the moment, but they don't change who you become together. Daily small habits do. They change the emotional temperature of your marriage. They change how you feel with each other. They change whether your relationship feels like a safe refuge or if it feels really distant. And who you become together is built in those ordinary moments. Now, these 3 habits absolutely work. Turning towards your spouse, showing appreciation, leaning into their love language. But there's one thing that will kill those faster than anything else. Busyness. Stress, exhaustion, kids, work, life, all of that creates distance in your marriage. So if you're thinking, yeah, Daniel, these little habits sound great, but we're overwhelmed. Well, I made another video just for you. So click right here, right there, to watch Protecting Your Marriage During Busy Seasons. Because these small daily habits only work when you build a life that makes space for them. So watch that. We'll see you there.